Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nerds and nerdettes. This is Ghost Gamer, and today we are doing something that I've been slacking on doing, but I'm finally getting to it, and that is the review for Wolfenstein: The New Order. Now, it's been quite a while since I've actually played a Wolfenstein game. Matter of fact, I believe the last one I actually played before this was Enemy Territory, which was released back in 2003 or thereabouts. So that's, 11 years ago? Of course, when I heard that Bethesda was kicking into this whole mix with ID and MachineGames, I was kind of interested. Granted, it's a Wolfenstein game, and although they are a little weird and futuristic and off-kilter, it's all good. As soon as I heard about it, I said, well, you know, there's a good probability that I'm going to get a hold of this bad boy and rock it out to my heart's content. And that's exactly what I did. Now, it has the same feel of your typical Wolfenstein game, even though they've actually thrown in a couple things to make it a little bit better as far as I'm concerned. The sheer fact that you can alter the timeline, per se, in this game with a decision that you have to make early on in the game really appeals to me. I like that concept. I also like the idea that, well, even though I like it, it is kind of annoying, but you have that instance where, you know, your officers have to be killed because they are the only ones able to trigger an alarm, which gets kind of annoying, but it's there. I also like the sheer fact that I have a nice variety of weapons that I could just completely blow the shit out of everything. I mean, who doesn't like that, especially with a first-person shooter? Now, I could have went out and got this for either a PS3 or my 360. However, let's be honest here, it's a first-person shooter. I'm not using anything other than a PC. I suck at the dual joysticks. I can't talk today at all. So I'd probably be dying on a regular basis, and that's just not kosher. I'd rather have a mouse and keyboard. But with that being said, the detail in the levels and the actual level design itself, although it is extremely linear, is really badass. I like the attention to detail that they put into this game. On top of that, the graphics itself are pretty good. I mean, they're not, as obviously they've improved over time. I mean, we're talking about something that happened with technology, 11 years ago since I played it last, up till now. I definitely have no complaints as far as the graphics go, as far as the level set design goes. I have encountered a couple bugs and a couple glitches, but in all reality, you'll have that either way you cut it. It doesn't matter what game you play. No matter what engine you're on, you'll have issues. Now, they haven't been that horrible that I've gotten extremely teed off and just didn't want to play it. I mean, the little glitches are here and there. You'll see them throughout the map. It's nothing that I'm going to sack up and say, you know what, I'm done. I'm out of here. F this game. Moving on. Which, for some reason, some of the guys that are out here playing this, or went out and bought this, are giving the ID Tech 5 engine a lot of crap because for some reason they're just not, it's not working for them right. So what that's all about, I'm not quite sure. That'll require some digging on my end. Now, one of the things that shocked the living crap out of me when I got a hold of this game is I went and got it from Steam, mainly because I was too lazy and I didn't feel like going to the store. Unless you have a real good, badass ISP or internet service provider, you may want to think twice about that. The download is 50 gigabytes. What in the hell? I mean, seriously, I had to wait around for like 3 hours for this entire thing to download when I got it. So what they were thinking in making something that large, I have no clue. So if if you haven't gotten it yet, and you were thinking about downloading it, maybe if you download it during the night when you sleep. Other than that, if it's one of those things that kicks in and you're like, hey, I want to go get this, go to the store. Do not spend frickin' forever trying to download it. I also like the sheer fact that they kept the dynamic environment involved. For those of you who are not quite sure what I'm talking about, that's the destructible environment. It's not as destructible as I would like it. I'd like to be able to blow the complete shit out of everything to the point of no return. The entire environment, mind you, not just, some pillars and the corners of walls, but it's one of those things that I'm glad they made it like that compared to some of the other FPS that are out on the market, 2014, and they're going the cheap way and not making any of the environment destructible. That is just no bueno as far as I'm concerned. The cutscenes can get a little irritating from time to time, but it all depends on who you are. Surprisingly enough, with some of the cutscenes with the New Order, I actually watched them, and I'm not a big fan of cutscenes. On top of that, we have a slight mouse issue from time to time where it seems like it's a little laggy. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if there's a similar issue with the console. I, quite frankly, highly doubt it. I'm thinking it's just a computer porting issue, but then again, who knows? I sure as hell don't. But there is a little bit of a mouse lag issue involved. Other than that, there are a couple story flukes involved, but I'm not going to say a whole lot about those because they're somewhat negligible unless you're getting extremely ornery and nitpicking. Not to mention, I don't want to give up any spoilers or details for those of you who haven't played it. Let's see here. What else is there? Honestly, if I were to have to rate it on a 10 scale, I would probably still give it about an 8. It's not horrible. I would want it, especially the story, polished a little bit more. And like I said, there's a couple bugs that need patched and fixed. Other than that, it's very bloody, very gory. If you're looking at this and you are, how would I put this, dumb enough to let an underage child pick this game up from your local game store and play it, it's all on you, buddy. And the only reason I say that is because I'm getting really sick and tired of people, especially parents, that go to the game store and pick up a game like Wolfenstein: The New Order, ignore the age label on the back of it, ignore the employee when they say, well, this is actually for mature audiences. Is it okay if your kid plays this? And they, oh yeah, it's fine, he's been wanting it. And then 2 days later, they pitch a holy fit because, oh my god, there's blood, guts, and gore, and violence, and all this other shit. I'm sorry, but that's your fault, nobody else's fault. Consider yourself forewarned. But all in all, Wolfenstein: The New Order, if you haven't played it, go out and get it. Get a copy. Again, try not to download. Go to the store. If you want to download and spend 3-4 hours to do so, hey, that's up to you. It's your ISP. It's your bandwidth, whatever. But as of right now, that's all I got. And this is Ghost Gamer, and I'm out of here for today.